It's Tuesday, November 28th. The check-in is brought to you by Manscaped. It's time to look nice even if you've been naughty. Manscaped makes sure your grooming is in check with a fresh launch just in time for the holiday season. Their new performance package 5.0, the Lawnmower 5.0, Ultra Body Trimmer, the Weed Whacker 2.0, and the ear and nose hair trimmer, their Crop Soother aftershave lotion, which is tremendous, by the way, and their Crop Preserver ball deodorant that attracts them like a fucking whoo. Listen, I love this new fucking lawnmower. It's stronger than ever, this fucking thing. My white hairs, they just fly off now. It's tremendous. And the Weed Whacker for the ear cuts right through everything. Wax, staminka juice, your nose hairs. Thank God there's no coke in those nose no more. This thing will cut right through those little cut things like Nino in New Jack City. Anyway, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra does all the heavy lifting with 2 next-generation blade heads. It's even waterproof, so you can knock it out of your shaving routine while you shower. Who's better than you? Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping right now this holiday season with code JOEY, Joey, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code JOEY, Joey. Listen, there's the perfect gift for Grandpa. Don't let him, his hairs are longer than death. He's been praying at home. Who's going to cut my little knuckle, my little staminka roots here? Nobody. The check-in is also brought to you by Stamps.com. Listen, if you're a business owner like your Uncle Joey and you have a sleigh to help you with deliveries this Christmas, you need Stamps.com. Stamps.com is your own personal post office. Wherever you are, all you need is a computer and a printer. That's it. Print your own postage at discounts up to 84% off of USPS and UPS rates, and Stamps.com will even let you know the cheapest and fastest shipping options to help you save even more. I'm back. If you want to save time as well as money, you can even schedule package pickups through the Stamps.com dashboard. It couldn't be any easier. So do me a favor. Give your business the gift of Stamps.com so your mailing and shipping is covered this holiday season. I don't care how small or big your business is. Stamps.com is the way to go. Sign up with promo code JOEY for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and press in code JOEY.
Turn off your TVs, run for your lives. It's over. They didn't put you on this planet just to give up. If Uncle Joey could do it, I could rule the world. That's what you got to be thinking. Welcome back to
What's happening to the Lou?
Hey, buddy.
You know me, dog. Tip Top Magoo on a Monday, the last Monday of the month. That's
it. It is. It's getting crazy. We have like
That's
4
it.
weeks to the end until Christmas.
Dogs, this year has had roller skates on it. The fucking months have been on roller skates.
It's crazy. It's like
just went through chunks, like just chunks, like March. Like you didn't even know March and April. Next thing you know, you're jumping up and down in May. You're at a Philly game. Then it's August and you're in North Carolina and you can't breathe. And then it's October and you're fucking, people knocking on your door looking for Kiki candy or whatever the fuck they are. What's going on?
Is that a Kit Kat?
How was your Thanksgiving?
I had a great Thanksgiving, man. We had it at my girlfriend's house with her 2 kids, and that was a lot of fun. She was getting ready, and then we all went to my aunt's house, and the kids met the rest of my side of the family, and it was pretty cool. It was cool to see.
We got along
for the most part. It was at daytime at home. There were some. It's funny how like I'm not a parent by any stretch of the means, but I'm sort of in that world right now, and like they were great all week, and they were great on Thanksgiving. But there was like a minute in the morning where like for out of the blue they just like decided to cause shit, and it's like it's Thanksgiving morning. You're gonna do this? Dude, like I actually had that written down. I was again like how are holidays different for you as like a parent? Like because things.
You want me to tell you something? They mean something now. Listen, after you're fucking 18, 19, you have no family. Your holidays are like fucking nomads, you know?
Right.
Somebody invites you over like on the 19th. Hey, you got anywhere to go Christmas Eve? Nah, come over. Now you got to hustle up and shoplift gifts for the family or whatever. If you're going to give out handshakes or whatever, it's always been something like that. Ever since I had the child, it's, now you get why you do the things you do. You understand it more. She don't believe in Santa no more, so that's good. But her friends still do. So listen, she ain't gonna rat them out. She's pretty cool with it. She figured it out like any other kid figures it out. They figure it out after a while. You open up a closet, a Hot Wheel track hits you in the head. You open it up on Christmas Day. It's supposed to be for your cousin. Now, what happened? There was a mix up here. So eventually, kids aren't that fucking stupid, and they figure it the fuck out.
I've heard Amazon's a dick. Like Amazon will just leave stuff out. It happens all the time. I had a friend it just happened to the other day.
Somebody stole it?
No, they didn't steal it, but they have like kid stuff getting delivered, and it's not put in a box for some random reason, and they'll just leave it right outside.
Yeah,
and like the kid like,
who's that for? Oh, it's for the little blind kid down the corner. You don't know what the fuck to tell them. So you're happy when the charade is over. It's a sad day because they bought it
right.
for 5 or 6. And then they kind of know, you ask them, what do you want? You make a list, come on. So
and then
interesting.
Mercy's a little older, but like they also have phones. So like they Google it now. They can ask Siri. Like there's like you're kind of screwed. You're kind of screwed to keep
I got no Siri in this fucking house. So
yes, you do.
No, I don't.
What do you mean you don't?
I live by the fucking book. I take the phones out of the rooms where I talk now. That's why sometimes I don't even get your calls because I charge phones in a room where I'm not at no more. No more chit chat in front of the fucking phones. You know what I'm saying? I put a book on motherfucker at night.
Even TVs have microphones now.
Everything. It's a fucking nightmare. And these guys that go home and bang out fucking masturbations online, you're sitting there, they got your face, they're just saving it. They'll sell that to Scientology. Next thing you know, you're fucking in a band with Travolta singing Christmas songs in Scientology for a bunch of fucking people. So, that's why I don't like none of that perverted stuff. None of that. There's a situation going on here close to home about a place, and they had some problems. And a lot of people I know went in there, and now you got to wait to see who knocks on your fucking door. And that's why it's better if it's a different world today. Cameras have changed, especially if you lived when there weren't no cameras.
Right.
Like you still take things for granted. Every movement you make, from the time you leave your fucking garage in the morning, you got to assume every movement you make that's why I don't understand how they, like years from now, they probably have them already, a satellite that's up there. And when they have a cop chase, it's taping all day. And when they have a murder occurs or something, all they got to do is go to the satellite, and there you are running out of the house with fucking, a bag of shit you stole and a bloody knife. They got you.
They got you there. And then, like, what about like Ring? Like, because like I think Ring owns all that footage. Like think about all like the video doorbells. Now they have cameras. They had us put cameras in the suburbs and like I guess everywhere, but it's just pretty crazy. Like they could have access. The government could get access to that if they wanted to.
Dog, in my hometown where I grew up in North Bergen, you can't piss on the street. If a cop will be there in 8 minutes. You litter, a cop will be there in 8 minutes. this town where I live, they have cameras everywhere. They have cameras. It's a big kid town. There's softball fields everywhere. There's parks everywhere. They got cameras everywhere. And I feel better, because you can't have no fucking guys walking around with a rainy jacket, with a long jacket, giving out candy down here. They get spotted right away. But, it sucks for other reasons. Let's say you want to take your girlfriend to the park and throw her a little salami sandwich. There's a camera now. That, if you want to smoke a number, there's a camera now. So there's a lot of negative. New York City is one big camera.
Oh yeah, absolutely. New York's crazy.
New York City, it's one big camera. You got to assume you're getting taped from 8 different fucking locations, especially going into this holiday season now with the tree and all the tourists that fly back here and shit like that. It's surreal. It's surreal.
And I don't do a lot of conspiracy theories, but they're doing it in China right now. They have cameras, and that's how you pay for things. That's how you get into buildings, is they scan your face, and it's not even just a hidden camera. It's right in your face, and they have a social credit score based on how you behave, lets you do certain things, and it's all facial. They're building cities. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, Vegas is gonna be soon like that. All the money there. I know for years, I won't even, I told you before, I won't bang one out in a room in Vegas. They got cameras. I ain't bringing nobody up there that's fucking weird. They got cameras. You got to assume, you have to assume now.
I don't know what it is about me. I can't, if you're staying at a nice place, I can't think that they're doing bad things in hotel rooms. Did you ever do stuff like that? Like not have the comforter down? Because they say they don't wash that shit, and you're saying they have cameras in the rooms. Do you think they do that a lot?
Well, they don't. Listen, man, they're gonna cut corners, especially now. You go into a room during COVID, you better check everything. There's an ashtray under your bed with crack in it and a pipe. They don't have. Look what's going on in Vegas. Didn't they have a maid problem in Vegas? There's a maid union.
They went on strike, I think.
So you have to assume again that whatever hotel you're going into after COVID, listen, any hotel you go into now doesn't have the same amenities it had before COVID. When you go on the website, they're still on there. But when you get there and you go, where's the bar? They're like, we haven't had a bar since after COVID. Where's the restaurant that used to be in here? When you go on the road, they're not Holiday Inns. It's another chain. You got those little restaurants in there. The food's not great, but they do make some eggs sunny side up for breakfast. It's not like powdered eggs and the wheat toast. So I used to always get the breakfast there. Lunch is not, it's like a roast beef sandwich. They have cream of onion soup or something. Not for me. But all those places, somebody was telling me they're done.
Yeah, they don't have any of those things. And then, and I never did it. I never liked people coming into my hotel room, but most places, if you're there for less than, I think it's 4 or 5 days, they don't clean your room unless you ask for it.
When I drove to Nashville this year on the way back, we stopped in Pennsylvania one night and we could not find the hotel room. We were 4 hours away. We could not find the hotel room. We had already been in the car 11 hours and we just wiped. On the way there, it's easier than the way back.
Right. Oh,
we finally found the hotel and it was packed. As soon as you went in, this place stunk. My wife came out and she goes, listen, it's the only hotel room in town and they don't have an elevator. And we're on the 3rd floor. It was like walking 2 football fields over there. As soon as you walked in the room, it smelled like you walked into the plaza in Vegas. Cigarettes, The next morning, my wife goes, I'm going down to get breakfast. I wouldn't. She's like, no, let's go have the coffee. She went and got the coffee. She threw everything out when she got to the room. It was just, everything was unedible. But the hotel we stayed at in Tennessee, I would move into that place.
Oh, yeah. What did they have?
It was just a great hotel. Holiday Inn Express, owned by Southern women, fucking They had a great breakfast. They had a great dinner spread at night. I mean, listen, you're not going to find stuffed pork chop with mozzarella. It's fucking Tennessee, but they tried. But the breakfast was surreal. Every morning, the breakfast was on point. And there was a couple breakfast spots, and I kept saying, let's just stay here. Because I hate leaving. From over the years of comedy, you got to leave some hotels to get what? Fucking potato chips and a soda. Right. When I started comedy, there wasn't no shit like there is now, Lee, where you go to a hotel room and you're like, well, let me go upstairs and get ham and eggs and shit. That was dick. Nobody gave you a free fucking breakfast. Nobody. And I've got tons of stories where you got to wake up in the morning. They got free coffee, but you're a comic. You wake up at 11. The coffee's like fucking shoe leather. And now you have to leave the hotel to go get something to eat. And that's a nightmare in itself, especially if you don't have a car, especially if you drove with the headliner or you took a bus up there or something to that effect.
And like, what if you didn't? Because I think about that a lot. Is like if you are like surviving on comedy money at like $100 a show, you probably can't eat out that much. Like you couldn't order delivery. Like you could, but like if you're making $50-$100 a show, how are you supposed to eat out for a week or a weekend?
You ever go to 7-Eleven and they got frozen pizzas and TV dinners and frozen chickens?
Yeah.
That's the life of a comedian. TV dinners, those burritos, 2 of those motherfuckers with a Coke and a bag of Cheetos, chili. It ain't healthy, but you ate.
Right.
Really hard to think the shit I ate when I was flat broke just to maintain, just to do comedy. And I knew it was bad for me, but I didn't give a fuck. Those frozen burritos. Listen, you take those frozen burritos back to your room. You just don't eat them out of the baggie. You put some fucking paste picante on there, a little bit of cheese, maybe some jalapenos. You dope them up a little bit. And they're not that bad in the hotel room when you have $20 left and one joint and, you got to drive 2 hours. That shit all, you figure out, you balance out what's important, and it's so weird. And then when you do get a good meal, you appreciate it so fucking much on the road. Like there's a guy I'll never forget because the opening night, Thursday night, after the show, he'd always take the comedians only to dinner.
Oh, that's nice.
The place where he was taking you was already closed.
Wow.
So you had the restaurant to yourself. They knew about it, the family. It was up in Milwaukee. And that, I thought about it years later. First off, he took you to a restaurant Thursday. Saturday, he cooked for you at the club, barbecue style. And Saturday morning, he took you to breakfast.
Wow.
The guy tried. The guy really tried.
That's really nice. Like, and just like for people listening, I think, and I'm not complaining at all, but at most, like people like a club will order out for you. Like that's not a usual thing to be that involved, I think.
It was that, and now I see years later where the value wasn't it. I know you guys been traveling, you're on a bus, you're here, you're there, you're eating shit. This place it wasn't Dantana's, it wasn't, but it was like a Milwaukee, it was like a Wisconsin restaurant. They had a lot of stews and everything was thick and thick breads and shit. It was fucking phenomenal. And I went there twice, and both times, Thursday night. Let's go. We're going over to this restaurant. So now thinking back on it, it's pretty nice. And for anybody who has a comedy club or whatever, try that. If you're a booker and you're doing a one-nighter and people coming in from out of town, the first night of the show, take them somewhere nice. Hey, listen, it doesn't have to be a $3,000 dinner, but just the effort. Take us back to your mom's house. I'll eat some home cooking. If your mom makes a lasagna tray, that goes a long way, and she gives you a piece to go home with.
Ooh.
When you're a starving comic, are you fucking kidding me? So these are the things you learn as you go along. How was your week last week, comedy wise?
Comedy wise, I had a great week last week. I did 5 spots, 2 were shows and 3 were open mics, and I had a cool week because I was kind of nervous about it. I think I've told you I didn't really do well in front of bookers before, and I decided to release a clip that I was really nervous about, and so I didn't want to do most of those jokes at these shows with the bookers because I was if people came out, I didn't want them to think if I have 10 minutes, they've seen 7 of it already. And so I did like completely different sets than I normally do, and they both went great. And so I'm gonna hopefully get to do more shows with each group.
Well, congratulations. As far as the fucking bookers concerned, listen, man, you're gonna go up in front of a lot of bookers in your day. Every club has a fucking booker, and then when you get to a certain level, you got bookers from TV shows and comedy companies and all these people coming to watch you. And I think the biggest showcase I ever had was at the 9-year mark, which was Mitzi Shore.
Yeah. Holy shit.
And, it's like anything else, man. When you're there, you see the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, remember, I used to tell you that I used to call clubs. I was just a fucking salesman, and I go, listen, I'd like to come to your club and do a guest set. This is who referred me, but if I go there on Saturday night, I want to make sure on Sunday night, I want to make sure the booker's going to be there. Oh, he'll be here. So all those years of having the booker there prepared me for that.
I'm sure you've told it a couple of times, but I honestly just don't remember, and I'd love to hear it. Can you quickly tell your showcasing for Mitzi's story?
Between you and me, I don't fucking even remember it anymore. It was, at that time, I had already done the year before, or the year before that, I'd done the Seattle comedy competition.
Okay.
So 5 nights in a row, you got to go up 7 nights the first week. You're going up in front of judges, and then the second week again, it's 7, so that at the end of the fucking month, you go up in front of 30 fucking judges, and there's other bookers there, from the area, Seattle area. There's other bookers from comedy club chains, and you're going up in front of them. Me, I prefer when you come up to me after my set and go, hey, I work for the Funny Bones. I booked 6 clubs. I just saw you destroyed. I'd like to get your info. I hate if you come up to me before that,
Right.
But naturally, when you do those things, you have to assume there's people there in the audience, I just spoke to a writer last week who I'm going to work with for the book, to expand it. And when he wrote back, did I send you a copy of the letter?
No.
He sent me a letter saying, this is why I think I should work with you. And part of that letter was him coming to the Comedy Store for 2 or 3 years to watch comedy on Tuesday nights.
Wow.
And he said how he watched me grow, blah, 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 blah. But we already had a relationship by him coming. Did I know he was ever in the audience? Did I know that high-powered writers like that were in the audience at the Comedy Store? No. I would have shit my pants if somebody would have came up to me and said, you're going up in front of 6 writers from CBS or NBC. So you see what happens? You don't even know. And you have a good set. That's why people always tell you just to be yourself. And it sounds so cliche and so cornbally, but it's fucking true. If you see that booker in the room, don't act up act like you usually act. Go up to the girl, give her a kiss. Hey, what's going on here? Any of my bitches call? He's watching everything. You have to assume they're watching every move. From the minute you walk in that showroom to check in, whatever, who's talking to you, your manager, and then you go up there and you deliver the fucking goods. But the most important thing is to be yourself. I've seen great comics showcased with great things. They had a set. that person came to see, right? That person came to you and said, hey, last Thursday night, I saw you at the Improv and you were fantastic, or the Laugh Factory. You think you could do that next Thursday night? I'm going to bring everybody from the Tonight Show out to see you. You know what? Like a guy like me, an idiot like me, would show up with a whole different 10 minutes.
I knew that's what you were going to say. Oh, my God. Really?
Yeah, an idiot like me would show up with new 10 minutes to show you that I'm fucking Johnny Extraordinaire. It all depended on what part of my career you caught me at. Right now, I know that if you saw me on a Thursday last week, I'm going to go on a piece of paper somewhere where I wrote like a couple anchors. I didn't write my set out. I wrote a couple anchors just to move them around. I'm at the Comedy Store. I'm at the Improv, you know. And that's what I'm going to do. But somebody like me, the old me, would have gone with a whole new 10 minutes.
Fuck. See, like that, I just hearing that request, all I could think about was, do I have to do it word for word? What if I had a good interaction with somebody at the Improv, but then this week I don't have that interaction and now it looks like I bombed?
No, just go.
Oh my God.
Try to work it around the same material. And if you see an opening, take the opening. If not, stick to your material. This is NBC. This is the Tonight Show. Or this is an HBO special. This is Jimmy Kimmel. This is anybody, you know. At the end of the day, it's all the same shit. It's how you control your nerves. It's your breathing. You know, what I always like to do is try to hit them hard, heavy, so you get the confidence going. If you go out there with a dragged out, long 1 minute joke, you don't really know where you stand. You come out fucking taking swings, you're either going to die or you're going to come out extra hype, and then you're just sailing from there. It's only 10 minutes. I'm trying to do 35 minutes in 10 minutes. I don't want you to breathe. I'm going to keep punching you in the stomach, bah, 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 like one of those rock'em sock'em fucking robots. So I'd rather give you that advice than the Mitzi Shore thing. How's that?
Okay, I love that. And you know what? We didn't. I don't know if you want to go back there, but we didn't even talk about your Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was very kumsi kumsa. You know what I'm saying? I woke up nice and early. I fucking worked out. I went to work with my buddy. We did a nice 45-minute workout. I came home. I put some ice on my ankle, you know. And then I watched, there was a honeymoon a fucking afternoon, like a couple episodes, like from
a marathon?
A marathon from 11 to 3.
Nice.
At 3, we went over there, and with the Pumas, thank God they invited us. You know that she's a great fucking cook, Jody.
Yeah.
So she put together a fucking turkey. She made my favorite because she knows I like stovetop stuffing. I don't want to eat none of your fucking international stuffing with roots and beets. I don't want to taste it. The Pilgrims didn't have any of that. They had stovetop. All right. So she made fucking like waffles out of stovetop.
Ooh.
She put them in the waffle machine. Fucking genius. You put the white meat on top of that. You throw a hand scoop of mashed potatoes on top of that, and a little bit of cranberry sauce and some Malukia gravy. I had one of them. I was done.
Was it like all crispy?
Yes.
The stuffing, that sounds really fucking good.
I'm telling you, she hit it out of the fucking park, Jody Puma. The gravy melted it through the layers. Bah, 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 bah. I don't even like gravy.
No, me either.
What's that?
I don't like it either.
Yeah, but you got to throw the gravy on there.
Fuck.
Throw the gravy on there. It was perfect. And then we watched the first game. I forgot who the fuck it was. And then we went to the Murdos around the corner for the late night fucking aperitif. And they busted out desserts. They had they had more fucking desserts than, what's that ice cream store that has all the flavors? Baskin Robbins. They got 200 flavors. They beat them that night. They had everything. Mousse, goose, fucking Jello, popsicles. They had everything. Fucking Ben and Jerry's, this, that, Breyers, a couple of apple pies. I tell you what I didn't eat this year.
What's that?
Pumpkin pie.
What made you stay away from it?
I didn't. I forgot all about it. It was there, and I always said I'll get back to it later.
I've never liked any pie. I like, I like pecan pie. That's pretty good. I have recently had. They had an Oreo cake at my aunt's house.
Did you tear that up?
I did have a piece of it.
All right. So you enjoyed
it. It was really. But what did you have instead of pumpkin pie?
I probably broke down at the Murdos because the edibles kicked in, and I had a fucking an apple crumb pie.
Ooh, I do like apple crisp. So that sounds like that was. Yeah. Oh shit,
they're cousins. Apple crisp, apple pumpkin, whatever the fuck. They're all cousins. With a scoop of Breyers vanilla ice cream, old school, with the little chocolate fucking spots in it.
You said something. What's up?
With the little spots in it.
Okay.
Vanilla bean spots in it.
Nice.
It's brilliant. I haven't had it in 20 years. But when I saw it, I said, I got to attack this. And it's fucking brilliant. And that was the only thing I ate. That was the only dessert I ate.
You said something last week that I was thinking about this week. And you were talking about like people messing up mashed potatoes. And I was thinking about that you and Terry had a story that didn't you like stop being friends completely with someone?
I got mad at her. I got mad for a year. I didn't talk to her for about 7 months because of the mashed potatoes. Listen, man, there's some things I eat. Once you've had great mashed potatoes, it's tough to go back to shitty mashed potatoes, especially when you're a fat fuck like we are. Okay, there's something about the essence of mashed potatoes dish, especially when like they're whipped.
Yeah.
Listen, mashed potatoes, if you're eating mashed potatoes and you're trying to be healthy, go shoot yourself right now. Nobody eats mashed potatoes who wants to be fucking healthy. It's a special goddamn treat. So do me a favor. When we have it, throw down. Don't be shy with that Irish butter. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy with that pepper. Throw some red onions in that bitch. You ever have mashed potatoes with the peels and red onions in that motherfucker, Lee?
I've never had red onions in it. Cooked or not cooked?
I mean, they're heated up with the potatoes. So
okay, so like it's like sauteed a little bit. Okay.
This motherfucker used to make them in Boulder, Colorado, and make me lose my mind. I would eat them that's the only mashed potato. I would just eat the mashed potato. And Cubans make something that's very good. I never had it again after my mother died. It's called malanga.
What is that?
Malanga. It's like a fucking potato. It's long, but it's brown. It's wild, but it's fucking delicious with butter, salt and pepper, Oh, fucking delicious. And that's where I like potatoes, and I like whatever the fuck I told you. I forget the
malanga.
Malanga.
So, but what did your friend do that made you so upset?
The friend that invited me over on this most sacred day of mashed potatoes. Listen, you want to fuck mashed potatoes up in July, I ain't gonna get mad at you.
Okay.
You fuck them up in September, I ain't gonna get mad at you. But on the National Day of Potatoes, which is Thanksgiving, you better come correct. You got to show up with both guns and one in your fucking ankle. Okay? Especially when it comes to mashed fucking potatoes. So I went over there and they were like fucking powdered potatoes. The whole dinner was a disaster. It was fucking a turducken, a turkey with a duck in it. I don't want to take that. If you want to do that, make 2 fucking turkeys. Give us an option. Why you feed me this? Because you think it's good? I don't think it's good. Everything was nasty. But nothing insulted me more. It was the mashed potatoes. I took it to heart. I took it to heart that I went home and just passed out angry. And my wife woke me up at 2 o'clock in the morning. She made me a Thanksgiving dinner because she knew how important. You get up all year. You pay taxes. You do the best you can. The least a man could ask for is mashed potatoes on fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but to do it at like 2 in the morning, like is that when were you married yet at that point?
No, we were getting close though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's fucking awesome.
How upset I was. Like I was fucking upset, Lee. Like
I know.
Man, how the fuck you gonna fuck up mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving? They were, and when I'm not exaggerating, they weren't even in the ballpark, Lee. She got them out of a box, like those box ones. That right there, I gotta put you on. I gotta 86 you for 90-day mandatory.
And what does that 86 entail? Like no communication?
Nothing. I don't want to know nothing. You fucked up. I'm not even gonna tell you why you fucked up. I'm not gonna say nothing to you. I'm not picking up the fucking phone. Don't call me no more for 90 days.
How many people just don't call back?
They don't.
Because they get 90 days. Like I think he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. Why?
I didn't talk to her for 180 days. I put her in a real pay no mind list. That's how insulted I was about the fucking mashed potatoes.
But why don't you tell people about like what their sentence is?
I don't know what their sentence is. It's their sentences. I don't know. I don't know how I feel in the morning after you try to fucking poison me on Thanksgiving. You know, like you're not gonna sit there and tell me I didn't have the right here. If this was another country, I could press charges for making bad mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. Thank God I'm not a fucking Crime Stopper.
I have no problem with your decision. I just think it's funny to think about like you went to Thanksgiving and then didn't call her for 10 months or answer her calls.
It was November 20, whatever, and I didn't talk to her till like April or May. She finally called me one day. She's like, "What's your problem? You won't pick up your phone." I said something like, the first time I go, "Fucking learn how to make mashed potatoes." I just hung up on her. And then she called the friend. She goes, "What is he talking about?"
Oh my God.
You know,
so
you tried to poison me back, but you didn't listen. By
giving me to poison you,
it broke me down emotionally and fucking spiritually and physically because I trust you. First off, I know her very well. She always throws down a great meal. You know, I know her from Texas. I was friends with her back in Houston. But I think she got a boyfriend, and he was a half a fucking, you know, he had light shoes like Post Malone, you know.
You don't like Post Malone?
I didn't say I didn't like Post Malone. I just said he always tiptoe like a burglar. Like he walks real light, like, you know.
Okay.
A burglar or a couple other things. He's just light in the shoes. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. So she had a boyfriend like that?
Right away, you got to put words in my mouth. And then the next day, the paparazzi picked it up. Uncle Joey don't like Post Malone. I like Post Malone music. I was listening to him a couple of days ago. I mean, I'm not going to, you know, not put him on over Led Zeppelin. But if I'm still in there and I'm smoking a couple fucking numbers, there's nothing wrong with Post Malone.
No, I didn't picture you as a huge Post Malone fan.
No, I didn't say. Did I say when I blow the nickel to go see fucking Post Malone and jump up and down a lot of other people that are tight fucking that are light-footed?
It sounded like that's what you wanted for Christmas.
No. No. Just because I like music don't mean I want to hang out with you and fucking jump up and down. You know.
Is there any concert that you'd go to right now? Is it like, was there any, because I can't imagine you going anywhere.
If I go to a concert, first of all, right now, not today, but it has to be a small venue anymore. I'm old school. I'd rather go to those American Express concerts where you get the small venue and, you know, I didn't go see Chris Cornell here in the city or anything. But when I lived in LA, I got to see Guns N' Roses with Dean and Bill Burr at the fucking Palladium. And that's like, you know, 2,000 seats. It's a little bit more personal, you know. But these big forum things, I don't want to get tickets. I got to walk 2 miles. You look at my Weight Watchers, I walk 22,000 steps. I don't need that to hear the same music I've been listening to for 40 fucking years.
Would you pay more to go to a smaller venue?
Absolutely.
Interesting.
It's really interesting you said that to me. I was talking to a music guy today, and we were talking about Pink Floyd.
Okay.
And he was saying that where they messed up with music years ago because they didn't know was that they should have taped all their concerts. People really should have really taped high quality all their concerts. It would have taken a big chunk out of their income. But what they didn't know that today, you could sell that experience. I could get you into a hotel, and that's what he was saying. He goes, think of what people pay for the Super Bowl experience. It's an experience. He goes, I don't know what concerts are like today, but from listening to, I mean, I'm older than this guy. And we were talking, he goes, my dad used to tell me these fucking stories. And and I go, they're all true. All those Led Zeppelin shows in the city, Rolling Stone tours, they were all fucking insane, But he was like, you could sell, like right now, if they would have shot Pink Floyd The Wall and really taped it well, you could have took a theater, broken in half. And he goes, you could sell those seats for $15,000 and people will pay it because it's an experience, Now you got to play it back with the modern speakers and the new technology. You have to edit it and clean it up well, digitally remastered. But
I'm sure they're all doing it now.
They have to. I'm sure that, it's an experience. It's a festival. It's something that I can connect with my kid with. So if they ask me for 15 grand, I don't know if I got the 15 grand for that, but it's a thought. That if my daughter likes Led Zeppelin and I had gone to see Led Zeppelin, I wasn't that fortunate, I could take my daughter to go see that same concert. That's mind-blowing. Or a fucking baseball game.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Go to a baseball game that I went to where, who cares? Name a Boston Red Sox. He hit 2 home runs that game. And you happen to get $8 tickets and the people next to you bought you beers all afternoon. And they were nice. They were from fucking Woodford and you were from Medford. And everybody talked about Southie, And it was a fucking experience.
Mm-hmm. For
people to see that, they would shit their pants. What it was like when you went to a baseball game and, some motherfucker snuck in a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and that whole 2 sections was eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. And you're like, man, I came to this game having a bad day and just being here, it's 80 degrees, a bird shit on me. I was at Shea Stadium and a bird shit on me. But just the fact that you could share those experiences with your child, with your father, with your mother. Maybe your mother wanted to go see Barbra Streisand in New York City when she was going to college there, but the tickets were too expensive. We could relive that, pick her up in a limo, take her to a thing, and forget about what AI is going to do because they could actually have Barbra Streisand there greeting you.
Yeah, I was gonna say VR.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
No. But no, AI is probably not wrong. They can create people. Like they could make concerts that didn't happen. Like they could. AI is definitely gonna play a part in it. It's that would be interesting. All because you've talked about that for a while with comedy, with like recording the sets up to a special to see how the set was built.
I like all that stuff too, but also like these festivals that Bert puts on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Experience, brother. Tape those from underneath looking
okay.
And you tape those, and 30 years from now, you could go see Bert Kreischer. You go see Dave Chappelle at the Garden. But hold on 1 second. I got to break because I got to talk to these people about popcorn. Listen, I hate popcorn, but this popcorn is going to put you over the fucking top. I'll be right back, guys. Like I told you in the podcast, listen, their new popcorn. I love this company. Kudo Popcorn. If you're trying to eat less garbage, especially this holiday season, you got to try Kudo Popcorn. It tastes amazing. Listen, tremendous. It has 10 grams of whey protein isolate in every bag. MMA athletes like Michael Chandler, Robbie Lawler, and Dana White love it, and for a good reason. Whey protein helps boost muscle mass. So whether you're getting ready for a big fight or just hitting the gym after work, it's going to help you reach your goals. Listen, I love the garlic parmesan. I love the white cheddar. And I love the salty sweet kettle corn. I got a box in the mail one day. I thought it was like shoes or something. I open it up. It's like 10 bags of popcorn. I opened one up just to eat one, to try it as a snack. Dog, I ate like 3 bags right off the bat. They were tremendous. And now I had a midnight snack, which, Uncle Joey, I like to hit the pipe from time to time. And you don't want to be eating garbage. This is the way to go. Kudo is gluten-free, preservative-free, 100% whole grain, keto-friendly, and only has 70 calories per cup. It's even made right here in the USA. Do me a favor. You'll be amazed how Kudo popcorn has somehow made your favorite healthy snack even tastier and healthier. For a limited time, our listeners get 25% off. That's 25% off when you use code Joey at kudosnacks.com. That's 25% off with code Joey at Kudo, Kudo, snacks.com. Save some money, support the official protein popcorn of the UFC, and get popped. The popcorn is great, guys. I wouldn't lie to you about this. This white cheddar is off the hook. And again, the garlic parmesan, and they had one other flavor that drove me crazy. But give it a shot. Look it up. Do what you need to do. It's Tuesday, baby, the 28th. Get your life together. Back to the podcast now. We're back. Anyway, we were talking. That's the fucking future. I know for a fact I heard something that they're thinking of touring like, I think it's Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, I'm sure there are. And because I was thinking about what you were talking about, and it clicked that you're talking about like not just the performance, but like everything around it. It's way too long to watch the whole thing, but they did a whole documentary on Woodstock.
Yeah.
And they have all that footage. Like that would be one I think to go to. Because like when you're talking about what you're talking about, I think you kind of have to, if you want that, you kind of have to start interviewing people there. Don't you? And Lee,
calm down on the reefer. It's got you planning. I'm not interviewing fucking nobody.
I know you're not interviewing anybody, but you're talking.
It would just be, let's say Woodstock would be a great idea to see what additional footage they have. You'd have to go through whoever owns the footage. It's a process. But if there's money involved, this could be a fucking great idea. And I mean, you go to Woodstock, you're wearing a fucking shirt from the 60s. You ain't showering for a week. You got flip-flops on. You got an ingrown toenail. You're going all out. The girl you're taking's got syphilis. Maybe you get her a shot to get the syphilis from the jungles. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it's just going and seeing the music and the smells. If somebody could recreate the smells, the mud. I don't fucking know, Lee. I just know that if there was a high level Pink Floyd wall, it's on YouTube. Look it up. Pink Floyd The Wall, February 20th, 1980. It's the opening night. It's on there. It's just not taped like you would tape. It's a whatever, a bootleg.
Right. You want high quality, like they did it on purpose. It looks and sounds great.
I want to see the sweat on his face. So at one time of the experience, I could just throw a mist in the air like they do on that Disney show. It's a Small World After All, where you sit in the fucking chair and they take you all around the world. And when you're going through India, they throw sand at you. And then, it's fucking tremendous. You get married, they throw rice at you.
So you want to have the sweat come at you? You want to mist people with people's sweat?
Yeah, not with the real sweat, but just a little mist of fucking warm water. Because you're taken in by the experience. You're not even going to feel the mist till midway. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, like I said, you're paying 15 grand, 20 grand for this, and 10 for your kid. They can't give you. They're not going to sell you $100,000 project with $10 shoes on.
Right.
For me to charge you that fucking dough, I got to impress the fuck out of you. I got to make you leave there and go, dog, I do it again. I'm taking a second mortgage on at my house. I'm taking my mother and father.
Yeah, like if you could recreate like an entire experience.
4 hours, 5 hours. Warm-ups, walking through the fucking thing, and I'm not talking about VR. I'm talking about surround sound all around, screens all around. I mean, this is big money, Lee. This isn't two podcast dudes are gonna do this.
No, I think this might be technology that doesn't exist yet too. I feel like you're like way in the future.
Well, you know me, dog. I'm in the future. I'm taking these edibles. I'm thinking about things.
I never would have thought that would be what you would think about high.
When my friend told me today, I was like, wow, that is something that would change entertainment for fucking ever. Because if I could take a baseball game, if I could take game 5 of Cincinnati against Boston, and I don't know how I would present it. I don't know if I would go to Fenway, and pay the 15 grand along with a lot of other people. I don't know how to do it, but just to have that on the field, to watch that exact game with Carlton Fisk and all that, I think I'd have a nervous breakdown, because it would take me back to being in that bedroom on my mother's bed watching it, fucking with crosses all over me, and I'm like, Cincinnati has to win, or I'm gonna fucking die in this house. They're just gonna sacrifice me, So
how old were you?
I was about maybe 10 or 11 or 12, but I just became a Cincinnati Red fan when I was a kid. They lost to Oakland to somebody. Something happened, and I really liked them. And then I saw them lose, and then I saw them win a World Series against one of the best teams I ever saw, the Boston Red Sox at that time. They had one of the best teams ever. They just couldn't win a World Series. But that was a battle. And even to show people, like I would pay 20 grand to see all 6 games.
Fuck.
Like, don't even take me home. 18 hours in a fucking capsule with 20 other sweaty fat dudes with fucking, with fucking blankets on their faces from the tears rolling down. Because that's how, that's what this game would mean to you.
Now, would you, and it's not necessarily better, but like, what if you could have, like, if you could plan out, I have an hour and I want to be at these 10 plays or like 20, like if like you could just go to see like every cool sports moment that you ever wanted to see.
It's tremendous.
Just see that moment. That would be crazy.
So I know that going ahead with the technology that I know hasn't been made yet. I'm sorry about that, but you just see it coming. So if you think about it, listen, if I think about a technology, me being an idiot, I can't imagine what the smart people are really thinking about right now.
I wonder if you just gave someone an idea. You could have.
I just went to a doctor's visit maybe a month ago. And we were talking about, he goes, you got a couple options left for your left knee, but eventually it's going to have to be redone. And he goes, I know you're a little hesitant. He goes, but let me tell you something. That whole situation has changed. He goes, it's changed so much that they put the painkiller in your kneecap now.
They just insert painkiller into your kneecap?
And it releases it when you need it. He was telling me all this shit. It's a vacuum thing now. Not that I'm going to do it. I'm not saying I'm going to do it. But he was telling me how much the technology's changed since I did my right knee. So you always have to think that everything's moving. I mean, I've spoken to you, I've spoken to Mike, and every once in a while you guys hit me with an app, and I'm like, oh my God, that's a great fucking idea. Your own radio station, your own this, your own that. How many times people sit there? I watch the fucking NFL game and I turn off the volume. Yeah, okay. But are you telling me you could do better than these guys? Let's do it. Step up to the pump, cocksucker. There's an app called, Take Me to the Ball Game. And fucking, you're there. Whether it's soccer, basketball, NFL football, or whatever the fuck's left, baseball, pro. You could call your own fucking games and take donations or charge a monthly fucking fee. give them the first 2 weeks for free. And if they don't sign a waiver, then after 2 weeks, you charge whatever, $9.95. I mean, guys, that's there already. That's somebody's already doing that. So any idea you may have at the house that you want to be creative about, and you're like, well, I don't know. I always wanted to be an announcer at a strip club. I guarantee there's an app right now that there's girls on the screen somewhere in Bulgaria, and there you are coming up to the stage. It's Brandy. Let's give it up. I don't even know anything about that world, but you have to assume these things. You have to just go, yeah, this has to exist, because I'm an idiot and I thought about it.
It does seem like that's how things are getting made now, but they're all like, there's robots that will cook your food now.
I can't imagine what's going to happen with podcasting in 2 years. You're just going to sign up for a fucking Apple thing, and they're going to do all this. They're going to do 1,000 things. You could just do it at the house. They're going to do 1,000 things. You know, you can't imagine what's going to happen. Not that I'm going to be any good at it. You know, I don't know nothing about that shit, but this is what's going on every day in our world right now. You have to accept it.
Oh, there's a constant
change. See, now I know the edibles are hitting me.
Oh, why is that?
They just because I'm talking shit. I'm talking gibberish here now. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Believe it or not, I had 2 good picks this weekend. I only put 2 picks.
You won?
Both of them. Yeah, I had Denver, because I always love Denver giving a small amount at home on a Sunday. And then I took the under in Baltimore last night. I just took a chance. I said, let me use the $27 I won on the first game. You know, that was interesting.
And you got both.
I got both, but it's really interesting. I sit around, I do a bunch of things. I mean, the last 2 weeks have been fucking brutal with this ankle. But listen, I'm back. It hurts still. But
does it?
Yeah, man. It has, I gotta ice it 3 times a day. I've been looking at how many steps I take. I think if I walk over 4,000, that's when it swells up.
Fuck. And it's been like 2 weeks now.
It will be 2 weeks on Thursday.
Fuck.
So,
and like
I'm lifting weights. I'm doing sit-ups in my fat tummy. I'm on the fucking bike, and I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping great. As a matter of fact, I sleep like a fucking baby now. She's getting bigger, and now we're just November 27th. We don't stop this fucking party till Christmas Eve. It's over,
Oh yeah.
And
I was actually.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, when you were talking about sports, I wanted to talk to you about Tommy DeVito, the Giants quarterback, and see what you thought. Have you heard about him?
I heard he was a bartender in Hoboken. I know he lived at home with his mother or something like that.
Yeah.
I know he's won 2 games with the Giants.
I think he's won at least 2 games.
2 games with the Giants. And, like this week I tried to watch. I think you and I were on the phone for about a minute.
Yeah.
While the game was on. It was 0-0. And we were like, what was the over under? And we're like 16.
It was awful.
I didn't watch the game. I'm happy they won, the Giants. I'm happy for DeVito. But if you know anything about me, I'm happy for that motherfucker. That's like a Rocky story. He's living at his mother's house. She's making pasta for him. And he's bartending at a fucking bar in Hoboken. And he got from the Giants.
Let me read the quote, because when I saw this, it's all I could think about. He said it was a no-brainer for me. I don't have to worry about laundry, what I'm eating for dinner, chicken cutlets, and all that is waiting for me when I get there. My mom still makes my bed. Everything is handled for me. And I just thought about like you. Like that's like your dream. And he's the Giants quarterback.
It's a rags to riches story. Because if he wins 2 more games, somebody's going to pick him up next year.
Right.
And it may be the Giants, because he's a hometown fucking, he's a Jersey boy. So listen, he gets all my fucking respect in the world. I'm happy. Even if he doesn't win another game. Dog, he was bartending. He won 2 NFL games. He's working with something. There's something there. Somebody has to pick him up and work with him, but the ball's in the heart are there. So, I mean, the Giants weren't the best team in the world. It's not like he fell into the Dallas Cowboys or, the Kansas City Chiefs or something like that, a position. He fell into a hard fucking job, So I give him all the credit in the world. He lost a game or two, and then his confidence started to pick up, which is acceptable. And now he's got 2 W's. He needs 2 more, and somebody will reach out next year and go, listen, come on over here for, And you never know what this kid could do. What if this kid wins a Super Bowl in 2 years?
Right.
If the Giants don't take him next year, what if this kid goes somewhere and wins a fucking Super Bowl? How great would that be? That's why I get up and go, you see, guys, nothing happens on the couch, cocksuckers.
Even if they had a Super Bowl in New York or New Jersey again, and he was the quarterback for the Giants.
Even if they lost, bro, that's just to go from bartending to a fucking stage like the Super Bowl. That's fucking amazing where I come from, So I'm happy for all that type of shit. I can't tell you that I sit by the TV and watch the game because they're brutal. I was doing something, on the Lord's Day. I was moving around this Sunday. I've been busy, man.
Yeah, you seem like it.
Really fucking busy for what's been going on in the world. You follow me? I picked up a voiceover for a kid's show, a Nickelodeon show.
Nice.
I picked up another audition for a animated pilot. I picked up another voiceover. I picked up a regular audition for one of my favorite shows. I hope it goes, It's been fucking, I can't complain. I'm talking to the writer, hopefully Wednesday, get that party started.
That's really awesome.
And, I do the podcast with you. Boom. I'm good.
That's a great week.
Laughing gas keeps me in fucking potato chips and smoking the best reefer out there. They sent me these edibles. I didn't bring them in with me. Oh, my God. These tremendous edibles. They come in different flavors and shit. The other day, I took like 3 of them, not knowing. I didn't know they wanted 75 milligrams.
Oh, shit.
I took 4 of them because they taste really fucking good. And I took 4 of them, and I was talking to George, and he goes, bro, I ate half of one. I'm still fucked up. And I'm like, I ate 4 of them. And then that night, I remember I came home yesterday, and there was at one point that I put ice on my leg, and I sat down and was watching something. It wasn't football, though. And last night before I went to bed, I went into my Whoop, and I went to log in that I was going to sleep, and it logged in a nap for 40 minutes. It was when I had the ice in my fucking foot because the edibles took me somewhere. Like they took you so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like they went, and then it just dropped me into a fucking.
I've been there a couple of times. What, like, is it a gummy? Is it a chocolate? What is it?
Gummies.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Nice.
A piece. I'll save you some. You know what I'm saying? We'll fucking go. We'll mix them with the ABX.
Well, I need them because I went to go get some tonight, but I went and got my my medical license here in Mass today after work. It was one of the craziest. I can't believe I forgot to tell you, but this dude was very nice. He was like a 70-something, 80-year-old doctor, and he was giving me like a history lesson on marijuana, but not the hard one, but like the medium one. He said the N-word twice. Like he like not the hard one, but like the one that's still not great. He was telling me the history about it and saying like the doctors, just like the whoever that guy was, Reefer Madness. They said the black people were the only ones who smoked it, and then he just dropped that word twice. And I was like, I had to sit there because I wanted my medical license, but I didn't know what to do. I just had to keep nodding.
Just yes and that. You're right. Yeah. Good. You're right.
Oh.
I haven't seen Reefer Madness since I was like fucking 14.
No?
No. You got to be like 13 with a propeller on your head. to watch that nonsense. It's like black and white. It's got its moments, but no, it's nobody's Academy Award winner by far.
And I just miss the doctors in LA. Like, I went to one on Ventura. I spent more time in the waiting room than I did with the doctor. The doctor took 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he takes your blood pressure. He makes believe he gives a fuck.
Not this guy. 20 minutes on terpenes.
Yeah, no, it was great in LA. The first time I got my license, it was like 30 minutes. He talks to you, he's trying to cover the spread. He's asking you for the small 200. Ooh. He's asking you for the small 200. The first license I got was the small 200. And then the next time I re-upped, it was like $99.
Fuck.
Then it was $49 all day long. Then it was $29 with a free hat.
And now you don't have to go anywhere. You can do it on your phone.
I guess.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
Me, I mind my fucking business. I don't know nothing. My friend goes to LA. He comes back. He drops a little fucking handkerchief off. It's got a couple buds in it. And I live happily, month to month.
Absolutely.
I'm not going off the rails. I'm not smoking blunts. I do the freeze pipe, 3 times a day, morning, late afternoon, and 10:30, Nappy Noo-Noo time.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. And the edibles, that's why I can't believe I ate them. And tonight I'm not. I'm in there. I think I gotta do some things. I'm in there, but I'm not locked in like then, You know how we do it, player.
Oh, I can tell. No. You're doing a lot better than most people at 1,000 milligrams.
Yeah, 1,000 plus, because I ate the chocolate bar, the 2,500 bar. I ate the one for, so it's got like maybe 4 things. I ate it's 16 pieces. Remember, we did the math already. It's like 60 milligrams a piece. I ate 4, so that's another 240. Who you think you're dealing with? Some fucking novice here? I'm doing a fucking check-in. I got to be tip-top Magoo. I don't show up like other people.
Fuck no.
You couldn't find edibles. You don't know what happened. The doctor, they only sell 10s over there.
That's why I had to get my license, because they only sell 5s.
5? So you ate 20 of them?
I had last week. That's why last week I finished up the ABX you gave me.
You don't fucking tell me.
Well, because then you said I got 2. I'm trying to. I had 10 tonight. I had 50. But yeah, I did 10
great.
Gummies.
That's great. That's great. You could be eating fucking fentanyl light and shit. You don't know what you eat.
Fentanyl. What is fentanyl? Oh my god. What is fentanyl light? Oh,
that's what they give you. They give you fentanyl fucking full. You know what I'm saying? They got fentanyl light, fentanyl medium, and fentanyl Nappy Noo-Noo.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So be careful, sucker.
I'm doing my best.
All right. What performances do you have this week?
This week I have Wednesday night at Off the Rails in Worcester. And then Thursday through Saturday, I'm at the Kansas City Improv with Josh Wolf.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's going to be great.
That's a great club. I think the lady's still there that runs it.
That'd be great.
Send them my love. She's good people. There was a dude there named Kevin. That's good people.
It's crazy that you remember.
What's that?
That's crazy that you remember all these names.
You have to, man. After a while, you it's so weird when you start to travel and then you think of these people. Once you're to a club like the second or third time, you saw it with me. When we go to Irvine, we became friends with the waitstaff. And then you go and the waitstaff would be gone and be somebody else there. And then one day you go to Tempe and that waitstaff that you don't see anymore is in the Tempe Improv. And you don't even know where you are, whether you're in Irvine, Tempe, or Brea. It's crazy. You become friends with them and then you picture them as you're flying in. By the plane is landing, you're like, oh, I remember her. I remember him now. Oh, shit. All right. They text you before you land. We'll be at the airport. And you go, oh, now I remember her. Oh, shit. This place has the pork chops. Oh, shit. The waitress sells weed. And now it all becomes it comes in full fucking focus.
That's pretty awesome, and it's I'm excited about God. This is one, like, I've heard really cool things about it. I've never been to Kansas City. I'm just happy to go. I'm really just happy to go and do real shows at like awesome clubs.
He's got mushrooms that look like my fungi toenail on the right.
You saw those too?
I saw them. They're like government issue.
Oh my God,
they're for
late night Friday.
Yeah, they're for people who come back from the war when they're a little wobbly. They give them those high level ones.
They look like baseball bats.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear stuff. I read up on those things. You're not gonna hear. Your hearing is gonna leave because that's what it does. It stops you from hearing bombs.
Oh wait, I'm not gonna hear noises, but I'm gonna be deaf
for a little while. You know, you're just gonna hear like a little beep, and you hear like somebody shot a gun next to you.
Oh,
you're gonna be all right. That's good.
Oh, I'm really excited.
You're tougher than nails, kid. I can't believe you're still out there pounding the fucking pavement like an animal. I'm proud of you. And that's all that matters. And all you young comics that are watching this is just a lesson, man. We're just two fucking comedians talking about fucking the road and menus and what's next. And I'm proud of Lee for getting into this club. Hopefully they'll give him some love, or as much as they can give him. It's a small club, and it's a big area. A lot of comics everywhere. Any area you move into now, you're going to be around a lot of comics, and everybody has the same story. Everybody brings their own feature act. So that's where you have to decide what you want to do. Take a week as an MC and get better as an MC, and meet another headliner and a feature act that you'll be friends with down the road, or where your ego takes you. I'm a headliner. I'll never MC. And then you decide from there.
I will MC for anybody.
I know you will. Me too. I'll still MC for anybody if I MC'd. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could MC virtually.
You could.
No, knock it the fuck off.
Oh, I know you're not going to, but.
Oh, no. If I am, but when I was working, I always MC'd. Even when I was trying to be a really good feature act, if Josh Wolf got a week featuring, I would go with him and fucking do guest sets for free. As long as I could sleep on the floor with a fucking blanket, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I was that type of dude. I always knew that a set would make me that much stronger. Some people would go, I'm not doing a guest set there. Fuck that guy. You don't have to like him. But if you get a guest set out of the guy and work a joke, that's more than whatever personal feelings you have for the guy. At one point in comedy, for you to move forward, you got to drop your fucking personal feelings, and just attack that motherfucker like a set. You have a goal every year. You got to hit 300 something fucking sets, and you're here telling me you don't get along with the guy. You don't like him because he busted your balls once. You know how you bust his balls? Go in there and rock that fucking room. Go in there and unhinge the fucking doors, and then walk past him and go, follow that bitch. Sorry about that. I get emotional when I talk about that type of shit.
Do you, and then like that's your advice? That's crazy.
That's my advice. I told you, man, one of the biggest lessons I learned, there was a booker in Seattle, God rest her soul, a point somewhere where she just didn't like me. And she told a friend of mine, I'm not going to book him anymore. Okay, I took that. But she had 20,000 rooms. And I couldn't take that answer. So I knew she didn't like me for a reason that had nothing to do with stand-up. And I called her every Wednesday and said, do you mind if I go to this room and do a guest set? What are you going to say? She would go, yep. And she would be angry. And I knew it burned her up. And I would go once a week, I did one of her rooms for free. Even the club owners would go, how come we haven't seen you? And I would never badmouth her. I would go, I don't know. She's just starting to book me now. Hopefully you'll give them a good report. I knew I would never be back at that club, but it didn't matter. I was getting better. It was like a 4-month run where I just did one of her rooms once a week to burn her because she didn't like me for something specific that had nothing to do with our comedy. And I had to be. She didn't want to pay me. Fine, don't pay me. But I'm still going in there to do a motherfucking guest set.
And then it's just interesting how to deal with with people who might not like you. Because yeah, I get not nervous about it, but I guess kind of nervous about that's why I think I was so stuck on a specific set that I just wanted to do well. You get so in your head with this stuff.
Dog, I don't care who I was showcasing for or what I'm doing. I'm getting a set out of this motherfucker. So even if I got a set that I'm afraid to get away from, that's cool. I understand that. I want you to try something new in the middle. Because if you have that much confidence in your set, you're going to have, it's an 8-minute set, I want you to slip it in at the 4-minute mark after you're already likable. Feel how the joke feels, because you probably tried it at an open mic and there's 8 people. But now you're going to try it in front of an audience that likes you. There's more than 30 people in there. And then if the joke goes forward, there you go. Mental note. If it doesn't, you got your 4 minutes to close up with that you have so much confidence in.
Right.
I always want you to get something out of the fucking set. Always take something from that set. You're bombing. That's why you turn on the improv for a second. Make sure that improv works and don't get angry.
Interesting.
If you open up that field, don't get angry if the guy clobbers you. But if
someone's funnier than you?
If you're there for 20 minutes and you're up at 10, you're in a bar and you're doing 20 minutes and at 10 mark, they're giggling, they're starting to say shit, and you get into a heckling mark with him. No, not that he's funny. I don't want you to let the comedy turn into a temper and for you to say something wrong and now you turn the audience on you for sure. And that's a mistake a lot of young comics make. Well, fuck you, man. I'm never coming to this dump again. Wrong answer. You didn't have him from the beginning. Don't let your ego get in front of you. You didn't have him from the beginning. You're trying to bail yourself out, and now at the end, you dump on the place, or you dump on the host, or you dump on any other comedian, or fuck you. You laughed at the guy with the organ. You just blew your fucking whole night. I want you to go out there and leave there on your feet. It's okay to have a bad set. That's what's great about tomorrow. Or what's great about that fucking bowling alley that does comedy at midnight that you don't like to go to because everybody's drunk. Well, you ate such a bag of dicks here, you might as well go down there and earn your fucking stripe tonight. There's always an answer to a bomb. Do not be scared to bomb, please. Once you take that safety net off, your comedy career goes 80% high. Don't be scared to bomb. The common mistake of young comedians, and I did it for years, once you were losing them, was to panic. Never panic. Take a step back and go back to basics. Goof on yourself. Wow, this ain't working. I guess I got to stop fucking doing heroin now. And just take them until something else comes to your mind. Don't let them see you sweat. Correct?
I've never thought about it like that, but it makes sense. It explains why some sets have gone bad for me.
Absolutely. You got at one point in your career, the 5-6 year level, it's time to take the safety net off. It's time to work differently. It's time to go up there to bomb.
You went up there to bomb?
Yeah, go up there to bomb. I want you to go up there and see how it is to really bomb. You've already established yourself. Now go up there and see what it's really like to bomb. How you guys doing tonight? Look at you. Where'd you coming from? Buffalo. Oh, your wings are tired. Just go up there and see the real feeling of a bomb and get off and giggle about it. And you'll go, wow, that's what it feels like to bomb. That ain't that bad. I'd rather do that than go up and rely on my material for 10 years because I'm scared to take a fucking chance.
Holy shit. That freaks me out so much. Like, have you heard of people say an intrusive thought? Have you heard people talk about that? It's like when you're driving over a bridge and some people are like, oh, maybe I should drive off a bridge. I've thought before going on stage sometimes, and when I'm freaking out, that maybe I should just stay like just really eat shit on purpose just because it's gonna go bad anyways. But like,
I don't want you to eat shit on
well,
purpose. But I also, when you go to these open mics, I want you to go up there to bomb every once in a while.
oh my god, it's
It's like,
giving me anxiety.
you know what it's like? It's like you being a fighter in training, and before the fight, I take you aside and go, Lee, we got a problem tonight. We got a problem. You got to go down the third round.
Oh,
Not in the fourth round, in the third. You got to take one for the team. You know, we got your back. We got ourselves into a situation.
yeah, but at least hopefully in that case, like maybe you only take one punch to the face. You're not bombing on purpose for 10 minutes.
No, I'm going to go the other guy and tell him to punch you in the stomach until you bleed out your ears just to have fun. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus
No,
Christ.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
No, but like I can't imagine going up there to bomb on purpose.
Lee, that's why it's so interesting how I turned the bomb away from you. Guys, young comics, medium comics, this is how I didn't give a fuck. When I lived in Seattle at the 6 and 7 year mark, there were nights I went up there to bomb and I'd bail myself out. I'd put myself in a hole and then I'd take myself out of the hole. That takes a couple of weeks. Let's have some fun in your career, cocksuckers. That takes a couple of weeks. And then you learn how to maintain at the, like, you know, before they say boo, before a tomato comes up and you got to use your dodging skills. Now you got to learn how to work them back in. Look at you motherfuckers, got a little, you don't know who you're dealing with. Bah, 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 bah. Just start talking, get them excited. And then you hit them and boom, you win them over. And then now you're like, see, you motherfuckers thought I was some fucking bum from across the street. I was just trying shit on you. And you explain your point and you goof again on them. And then you get the fuck out of there.
So you would
Joey Bananas? You think you got some fucking novice here?
I never even thought about that. You would build bad jokes into your set so that the good jokes would be would hit harder. That's a fucking like evil genius. Like
come on, dog. Come on, dog. I love all
I have bad jokes in here on purpose.
Yeah, you want to talk chicken? I'll talk chicken with you motherfuckers. You know, dog, I took a lot of, when I go to these rooms that didn't matter, I'd still respect the comedy, but I'd go off the deep end a little bit. How do you think I got that confidence to do that in the Comedy Store? Because I never did it before? Because no, that's what you need. That's what's going to sell you, your character. We're going back to just be yourself. So tonight, you look on the paper and write out the best version of yourself. How would you tell me to suck your cock? I want you to write it 20 different ways. I want you to write it angry and I want you to write it funny, that we're going to laugh at it. This is the music of words. And this is where you start to learn tone.
And what do you mean by tone?
How to use your voice.
Like volume?
Volumes, heavy, when to steamroll them, when to pull back a little bit, just throw some jabs at them.
And like how many, let's say for example, because now I'm just building it. Let's say you had this joke and you could either pull back or steamroll them. And like, how would you do each? Would you do it 3 times each, 4 times? Like, how would you decide which one was the best?
To see where they go. Listen, once you cemented the joke for a weekend, once you took the joke to Kansas City for a weekend and you fucking cemented the joke, now it's got to go somewhere. Now you got to start adding things to that. And now that's where the beauty really starts. Anybody could write the joke. Like me, I could always write the joke, but I really couldn't add that much beauty to it. So I had to turn it into storytelling. We'll get to that some other fucking podcast. Okay. For right now, just learn how to bomb gracefully. That's the most important fucking thing. You've already felt what a good set feels like.
Right.
Now you got to feel what a fucking bad set looks like, what a bad set feels like. And know this, that you'll learn how to never feel that way by learning how to control your sets. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck where you start. It's where you finish. And it's not a fucking race. It's a marathon. Some of the best comics I've ever seen are comics that could hold your attention and talk and just gracefully go into a joke. Anybody could machine gun you like me. Anybody could tell a story. There's guys that are real craftsmen. We'll get to those later. Good luck this week with your sets, cocksuckers.
Thanks,
I love you guys. Stick around. I got to talk to you about Manscaped. It's time to shave your ball sack. The check-in is brought to you by Manscaped. It's time to look nice even if you've been naughty. Manscaped makes sure your grooming is in check with a fresh launch just in time for the holiday season. Their new performance package 5.0, the Lawnmower 5.0, Ultra Body Trimmer, the Weed Whacker 2.0, and the Ear and Nose Hair Trimmer, their Crop Soother Aftershave Lotion, which is tremendous, by the way, and their Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant that attracts them like a fucking, whoo! Listen, I love this new fucking lawnmower. It's stronger than ever, this fucking thing. My white hairs, they just fly off now. It's tremendous. And the Weed Whacker for the ear, cuts right through everything. Wax, staminka juice, your nose hairs. Thank God there's no coke in those nose no more. This thing will cut right through those little cut things like Nino in New Jack City. Anyway, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra does all the heavy lifting with 2 next-generation blade heads. It's even waterproof, so you can knock it out of your shaving routine while you shower. Who's better than you? Manscaped. Get 20% off and free shipping right now this holiday season with code JOEY, Joey, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code JOEY, Joey. Listen, there's the perfect grip for Grandpa. Don't let him, his hairs are longer than death. He's been praying at home. Who's going to cut my little knuckle, my little staminka roots here? Nobody. The check-in is also brought to you by Stamps.com. Listen, if you're a business owner like your Uncle Joey and you have a sleigh to help you with deliveries this Christmas, you need Stamps.com. Stamps.com is your own personal post office. Wherever you are, all you need is a computer and a printer. That's it. Print your own postage at discounts up to 84% off of USPS and UPS rates, and Stamps.com will even let you know the cheapest and fastest shipping options to help you save even more. I'm back. If you want to save time as well as money, you can even schedule package pickups through the Stamps.com dashboard. It couldn't be any easier. So do me a favor. Give your business the gift of Stamps.com so your mailing and shipping is covered this holiday season. I don't care how small or big your business is. Stamps.com is the way to go. Sign up with promo code JOEY for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the page, and press in code JOEY.